how to make this video and not make it sound like a bad thing, but I've been considering starting a new YouTube channel for a while because I'm tired of the fact that my videos rely on my life being interesting. I would rather make a channel about a topic and then make interesting videos about that topic maybe once or twice a week, and then make bigger videos. So today's video is gonna be an experiment. I looked at my channel and Harry Potter is the thing that came up. I've made 14 videos about Harry Potter in the last year, and that is without Harry Potter having anything to do with my channel at all, apart from me being interested in it. So I think I have a pretty damn big passion for it. So yeah, I thought that Harry Potter was a great sort of niche to try and see if I could find interesting for an entire week. I want to make this video about my 5 favorite fan theories about Harry Potter. I should point out that I consider myself maybe a little bit of an expert. I have read the books so many times I can't even count it. I've read them in Danish and I've read it in English, and I've even heard the audiobooks that Stephen Fry have recorded. And I used to read the Harry Potter books at least once a year, so I would say I'm a bit of a fanatic. I remember the first time I watched Harry Potter, it was with my grandma, and she read all of the books out loud for me, apart from the final book, because she died of cancer when we were halfway into the final book. So reading the final book is always a very sort of heartfelt, emotional thing for me, because it makes me think about my grandma and how much great times we had in the garden just sort of reading this and eating crackers. And yeah, I definitely think that I would be a really big fan of Harry Potter, even without all the personal family stuff involved in it now. But honestly, I really think it's the greatest book series, especially for kids. And if you read them like I did when you're around like 10, 11, 12, you're just waiting for that letter, you know, you got admitted to Hogwarts. And not that I'm gonna make an association or anything, but I kind of got the same feeling when I got the letter from Holt. Just saying. No, yeah, let's just start the video now, because I think I'm about 2 minutes in already and it's just too much. Yeah, my first and probably my favorite fan theory is that Ron Weasley is a time-traveling Dumbledore. I think this theory is brilliant. I think the theory has been around like all the way back from like the first book back in 2004 or something like that. I think was the first time I read about it. It's so far back. The theory basically builds on the fact that in the books, Ron and Dumbledore are described in very similar ways. They are both described with long noses and auburn hair, and they're very tall and slim, and like all of these characteristics match both characters. I mean, in Dumbledore's case, the auburn hair is when he's young, before he turns old and it turns grey and white. This may be a little bit far-fetched, but it goes beyond that. It's also the fact that they both love Bertie Bott's every flavoured beans.
Bertie Bott's every flavour beans? They mean every flavour.
The entire interaction between Dumbledore and Ron throughout the first movie. We also have the theory sort of revolving around the fact that in the chess game in the first film, Ron plays the knight and the king, which is the same roles that Dumbledore later on takes on in the actual war, where he's first the knight and then in the end kind of the king. And I realize that all of this is super far-fetched, but I really love the idea of this. Like, if you put it into context in the actual storyline, this would mean that Dumbledore would be hopping back and forth, maybe drinking polyjuice potions or something like that to alter his yeah, it's just so well thought out. And I'm gonna put links to the full theory just down below, because I can't explain all of them, but I really think you should check it out. Like, if you like these sort of things, then you're gonna love this one. I think it's my favorite theory, but there's so many good ones as well, but I think this is at least one of my favorites. The second one I want to talk about is the fact that the Dursleys were terrible to Harry Potter because they were under the influence of a Horcrux, the Horcrux being Harry. So they hate Harry and they're terrible people to Harry because of the Horcrux that is inside him.
Wake up, cousin! We're going to the zoo!
So that when they lived with him for 11 years and he's basically a Horcrux, the theory is basically that he would have the same effect on the Dursleys that the necklace later on has on Harry and Ron and Hermione. And I think this theory is brilliantly thought out as well. I'm gonna put it in the description. I'm not gonna go too much into depth about this because it's self-explanatory if you've seen the movies or read the books. I actually planned on putting in another one here, but I think I'm gonna switch it out with this theory just because it goes hand in hand with the Horcrux theory earlier. See, this theory is about how the Horcruxes basically was created out of cannibalism. And it sounds ridiculous, and I don't even think I can actually explain it in short terms here, but I'll try.
Harry Potter is dead.
Okay, it's basically that cannibalist tribes think that they can consume the strength of the people they eat. And in the books, J.K. Rowling never really explains how they get to the point, like how Lord Voldemort creates the 7 Horcruxes. But she does say that it involves killing or taking a life. And the only issue I have with this theory is the fact that Lord Voldemort doesn't kill all of the victims, himself at least. So there's just it's a little bit offbeat, but I think it's a pretty brilliant idea because obviously just killing a person isn't gonna create a Horcrux. You have to capture the energy somehow, and maybe you can do that by eating the person you killed. It sounds ridiculous, but I think it's a really, really genuinely creative theory. The fourth theory I want to tell you guys about is a brilliant one. I really love it because it puts J.K. Rowling in the actual stories. The idea is that J.K. Rowling should be Rita Skeeter in the books. The theory starts because Rita Skeeter was banished from the magical world because it was found out that most of her works were pure fiction. And if that happened, what would Rita Skeeter then have done when she came to the real world? Well, she would have still been publishing things, and in this case, let's say that the magical kingdom, let's call it that, actually exists, then how could she tell the rest of the world about it without having all of the wizards come after her? By creating a story or a series of books about what she experienced. I really love this theory. I think it's so well thought out. I mean, fair enough, we all hate Rita Skeeter, and I don't think Rita Skeeter would have created the books and then painted herself in such a bad light if she indeed had done it. So unfortunately, I don't think the magical kingdom is true, but still, I think it's a really, really brilliant theory. Okay, we're gonna end this now by the fifth theory, which I think is not really as much a theory than a statement on the Hogwarts houses, because I really think this is also very, very well thought out. Yeah, so the theory basically is that Ron, Harry, and Hermione are all only in Gryffindor because they asked. When you see the first movie, you see Hermione take on the hat and she's like,
Right then. Right. Okay. Gryffindor!
We know that Harry asked to go to Gryffindor, and we also know that Ron is not the bravest person ever. Well, okay, we have Dumbledore saying multiple times that when you're scared and you then overcome your fear, you're basically the bravest person ever, because only a stupid person wouldn't be as scared. But still, like, they basically get to go to Gryffindor because they're brave enough to ask the hat. That's the basic theory. And of course, the main question then becomes, okay, but if they shouldn't go to Gryffindor, where should they then go? And I really love this because the theory is so well thought out. Of course, Harry should have gone to Slytherin. That's kind of a given. But what about Ron and Hermione? And I just love it because the theory kind of is that Ron should have gone to Hufflepuff and Hermione should have gone to Ravenclaw, which would have been like, now we have all 4 houses. You know, if this would be true, we would have like, it's just such a cool representation. I mean, we know the Ravenclaws are super smart, and we've all kind of thought this when we read the books, right? It's like, how is Hermione more brave than she's brilliant? Yeah. So, of course, Hermione is a given, but also Hufflepuff, like to put Ron in Hufflepuff would just make so much sense to me. But yeah, let me know what you guys think, just to sort of throw it out there because I think it's a brilliant website. Pottermore is a great place to find stuff about Harry Potter, and then you can actually take a test and see what your house would be. So yeah, let me know in the comments down below if you've already done it. I'm very certain that my house was Gryffindor, and I'm a 90% sure that my animal was a dolphin. I'm pretty sure. There's a video on this channel as well if you want to see it. And yeah, of course I'm stoked to be in Gryffindor, but honestly, Ravenclaw would have been pretty damn nice as well. I think that's going to be it for this video, guys. Thank you so very much for watching. Let me know in the comments down below what you think about this, because I think I'm going to test it out on this channel now. I'm not going to start a new channel and then maybe stop it after a while and then regret not having uploaded here for a while. And I don't want to lose all of you guys, because I really think we have some very, very nice conversations. I realize that they're never in the comments, even though I asked for it in almost every video, but that's okay. We can just have them in private, that's fair. But yeah, let me know either in the comments below or on Instagram at Jonasislive. And yeah, I really want to hear what you guys think. And yeah, I'll see you guys again tomorrow. Take care.
Just stop your crying, it's a sign of the times. Welcome to the final show.